So we live together.
Yep.
We watch football together.
Yep.
We talk about football together.
Yep.
Why don't we just start a podcast?
Sounds like a plan to me.
Welcome back to the eye test. It's myself, Lyés, and my guy, CultureCams. Transfer window just ended yesterday. Deadline day is over. Every single signing is through the door. And I thought today we could talk about a few of the ones that we like, a few of the ones that we dislike, and get your opinions on them as well too. Cam, welcome back.
Thank you, mate. Thank you.
I was you happy the window was over?
Yes, I always get happy when the window closes because
It was a bit more too much transfer mania.
Huh?
Just too much transfer mania.
Yeah, bro. Because like you lose a game, you win a game, then you look at your teams. Oh, we still need this, bro. Just it's a time for coaches. You coach now, innit? Like no excuses. Your team is ready for at least the next 4 months anyway.
Yeah.
At least the next 4 months, we can just look at these teams and see what they are, and the coaches can get to work, bro. No more like when we lose a game, oh, we need centre mids. Well, we ain't got none, so deal with it now. You know what I mean?
I just feel like the transfer window as well too. Like it becomes bigger than the actual football. Like people actually care more about transfers than they do about actually watching the games. To the point, it's like, oh, we won the transfer window.
Yeah,
we've had the best win. Can you translate it to the pitch, please?
That's the thing, and that's like a lot of people are talking right now about. Is this the greatest window? Like Liverpool, it's like, well, it's got to come to fruition first. You can't just call something a greatest window without it coming to fruition. Do you get where I'm coming from? Like, you have to go and win stuff. Yeah, absolutely.
I guess I hear that because of PSG's window a few years back when they had Messi.
I mean, that was mad over it because they were signing old players
but at the
anyway.
time they were saying it was the greatest one, but if they had won the Champions League, maybe we'd still be saying that, but it really didn't transpire into that.
You have to deliver because, look, people are already on Wirtz's back, yeah? If Wirtz flopped, what are we saying? Is it because of the time that he signed him? No, if Wirtz flopped, we're going to be like, oh, it's 160 million waste of money. Oh, then everyone's going to start looking. Marmashvili, has he even played a game yet? No, we're going to be like, oh, he's a bench goalkeeper. Oh, Wirtz is a flop. Oh, it is very easy. You know what I mean? When you look at someone like Chelsea's window in 2004, when they signed Cech, Drogba, Robben, Carvalho, Ferreira. At the time, you're thinking Robben's a young player. Drogba's not unknown, but pretty much a little bit unknown. Yes, Carvalho and Thingy were Champions League winners. Cech, nobody. But now they went on to be stalwarts of a all-time, in a way, maybe you can call it a dynasty of Chelsea, right?
Yeah.
So at the time, are their names, can they stack up to Liverpool's names right now in terms of profile? Maybe not. But what they went and done makes us look back and be like, wow, they signed Cech at 21. Yeah. That's the thing. Look at when Chelsea...
21.
He turned 21 years old?
21 years old.
Yeah, bruv. Yeah. And now when you look at... Wow.
Why is he look so old when he was 21,
bro? To be fair, he didn't actually look that old when he first originally signed
What?
Chelsea.
And the picture
but before the helmets and that, Chuck was quite...
but his hair was always... The hairline was always a little... Yeah.
But you know what it is as well, though? Like, think about it. Chelsea signed Ashley Cole, Shevchenko, and Ballack in one window.
Yeah.
Do we call that one of the greatest windows?
Well, I'm sure at the time, though, it was being called...
But now do we?
No, of course not.
Because it didn't work out, right?
Yeah.
So exactly. The euphoria in the moment. What was our window? Nani, Anderson, and Hargreaves.
Yeah,
and Tevez. We call that one of the greatest windows ever. Why? Because we went on and were successful with them. So you gotta wait, man. I can't believe everyone's saying it's the greatest. Wait.
I actually said Liverpool, it's the greatest window a Premier League winner has had. Or okay, if we don't want to use the greatest, then the most impressive window a Premier League winning team has immediately followed up their season with since that Chelsea 06 season.
Yeah. Well, in terms of following up.
Chelsea 06 summer, yeah.
But I like how Anderson, Nani,
no, but
Hargreaves,
we like
Tevez.
it based on. But if you look at it just on paper, what's a more ambitious, crazy window, bro? You sign a Ballon d'Or winner, one of the best in the midfielders in the world, and Ashley Cole.
Yeah, who's the Ballon d'Or winner?
Shevchenko. I thought he wasn't.
Oh, he was about Chelsea.
Yeah,
I thought you meant Liverpool. I was like, wait,
no, but I'm saying if you compared like United, summer 07.
Of course.
Obviously, Chelsea's. You know what window I think doesn't get enough shine, bro? Because when you look at the signings that got made that window, they shaped that team for the next few years. Man City 17-18, bro.
Yeah, Ederson,
Kyle Walker, Leroy Sané, Ilkay Gundogan. Wait, no, Gundogan was the season before. Bernardo Silva was that year as well too. Like
Bernardo Silva,
Mendy. Like they obviously Mendy didn't work out, but they signed Jesus and it was Jesus. No, Jesus was the season before. They signed Laporte. That's January. But that summer, bro, they signed 4 guys that were basically part. They must have won 5 Premier League titles.
What was the 11-12 summer? Did David Silva sign
Nah,
that summer? He signed 10-11
Aguero
with
signed 11-12.
with Yaya.
Yaya signed with
10-11.
Silva. Aguero signed with Nasri.
So what? Yaya and Silva in the same window is crazy.
Yeah,
That's mad.
And Dzeko in January.
Ooh,
Yeah, it's crazy.
that's kind of crazy.
Chelsea had
still.
that one where they signed Fabregas and Costa the same year.
Yeah, that's
Was there
kinda
anyone
mad.
else that year?
Schürrle.
But did Schürrle
Schürrle's
come then?
the-
Yeah, I think
yeah.
Schürrle might have. Yeah, I think he might have. There's been some good ones. There's been some good windows.
There's some good ones. Yeah.
Anyways,
Interesting.
I thought today we talk about some of the ones that we like, some of the ones we
Courtois as
dislike.
well. Oh, but he was alone.
Courtois was
He's
alone, he
kind of
was
like a
returned.
weird
Yeah,
kind
yeah.
of signing.
I
But he
thought there was
came.
someone else that I was forgetting, but maybe not. Maybe I'm just thinking about something else.
Yeah.
Anyways, transfers that you like this window.
Ooh.
Which ones come to mind? Great start to the episode, man.
Let me think.
Let me think.
Nah, do you know what? I'll start with and on the home side. You know what I mean? I'll start with Mbumo to Man United.
Hold on.
It's just his name, bro.
It's not his name.
But I'm not gonna start doing it in an accent.
No, but it's not an
What's
accent.
his name?
Mbumo.
Yeah, see, you're saying it a bit weird, like Mbumo. You're even moving your mouth like Mbumo.
That's how you say his
Say
name.
his name.
Mbumo.
Yeah, see, you're Mbemo. You don't even say it like that. You say
No, I swear on my.
It's got to be Mbumo, bro. We gotta call him Mbumo.
Mbumo is
Yeah, man,
crazy.
Mbumo. He's got to do it like that, man. He's either gonna be called Mbwemu or Mbumo.
Mbwemu
We
is
ain't calling
crazy.
you Mbemo or whatever he wants to be called.
Why
Sorry,
not?
mate. I saw your pronunciation. He sounded closer to Mbumo than he did to
This is
Mbwemo.
typical British.
Yeah,
snobbery when
man.
it comes
Yeah,
to
you're in our
pronouncing
country,
names.
mate.
You're on our shores.
Yeah,
now.
you're on our shores, mate. Yeah, it's simple as that.
Hey, Brian, I'm sorry, man.
Yes.
This is ridiculous, bro.
This is what we're gonna call you, but I'm gonna say him, because again, this is you said favorite, right?
Is that your favorite of the United signings, then?
Oh, 100%. Oh, 100%. Like for me, I think now anything can happen with Manchester United. Never get too excited, never get too high, right? But for years and years and years of what Man United have signed, he feels like one of the only ones that I've said, oh, I know he's going to work out. I don't know what's going to happen to the football club, but I know he's going to work out. Do you know what I mean? He'll get his own. I guess in a way, like people will say for Bruno Fernandes, he got his, but the team, fire in the house. You know what I mean? But I see him like that because let me tell you why. Because one, I just think he's somebody that is just a magnet to final, final touches of a play, right? So that can be a goal, that can be assist. I've always said, like, when I look at him, it's like he's not Mo Salah. Mo Salah does everything at like a 2 times quicker level than Mbeumo does, right? But for me, he's in that kind of mold in terms of they've got that lovely little cross that they put into the box. He's got really good deliveries, right? I wouldn't say he hasn't got a bag like to take on players. He's not really got a bag, no. But he's smart, he's efficient, he gets into the right areas, he can finish. And that's what I'm saying. I look at him and I think like if there was like some evolution of a player, he's like this the second evolution.
What's the evolution line of Mo Salah? So who's the first one?
Ooh,
Who's the first one?
maybe like a Jared Bowen or something, you know what I mean? Maybe like a Jared Bowen.
Bowen before Mbeumo, then.
I mean,
You're taking Mbeumo.
I think Mbeumo is better, but I think Bowen is consistent, to be fair with what he does.
Mbeumo, Salah.
They're not the same. Yeah, Salah's like
You know, in
their
Pokemon, bro, the
daddy.
evolution, the first one is like I'm thinking it has to be like Anthony and Mbeumo Salah.
Yeah. Oh, nah, but Anthony. Yeah, I get you.
You know what I mean? Like, like you really have to be like the base. And Mbeumo and Bowen, from here, too close.
Similar, close. Yeah. No, but Anthony just being anywhere in the same bloodline as Salah's peak, bro. That's just crazy, bro. I need to think about that. I need to think about it. But I feel like it's similar in a way, right? And I just look at it and I think Premier League signing, I wouldn't say proven because that's just scoring a couple goals. Some people say proven, depends how you want to see it. But I think Premier League signing, knows the league, comes in, and you've seen some of his impact already in terms of when he came on. I know it's only Grimsby, people are going to say, but his performance against Burnley was really good. And the reason why I have him I think he will be a better signing than Acuna is because I look at Acuna and Acuna gives me more Maverick vibes than Mbeumo. And I think for him, Acuna, I think is going to need more pieces maybe to fall in place for him to be what he is or at his best than Mbeumo. I think Mbeumo, because I think even when you have like Bruno Fernandes in the team and how much they both like the ball, and I'm thinking about it and I'm thinking, when he went to Wolves, I look at Mbeumo and I think you were just the best player at Brentford. But when I look at Cunha, I look at him as like you were like
A big fish in a small pond.
more of that, more of that, where his attitude,
Grealish
his
way,
his attitude, what he is. I'm the maverick of this team.
Yeah.
Is a lot different to when you're coming into a team like Man United. And I think he's going to have to adapt himself a little bit more. I feel like Mbeumo is plug and play. Put Mbeumo in Man City,
I agree.
plug and play. Put him in Arsenal, plug and play. When you look at Cunha, and if I said to you, Cunha at Arsenal,
to build something around him a little more.
You get where I'm coming from, like put him at Liverpool, anywhere, just get on, do your thing. And I look at Cunha a little bit different.
I think it's a good point, the point you just made, because I look at, first of all, I look at the right wing market, right? And I actually think United have done really well to get one of those players that you would think is one of the best players in that position. Because I think if Salah hadn't signed a contract, Liverpool would have probably signed Mbeumo.
Yeah.
I'm sure they would have loved to buy Mbeumo as like, you know what they're using Madueke as right now. I'm sure they would have loved to use him.
Yeah.
So I think in that regard, it's good that Man United have kind of got that one out the way, because that kind of position, I feel, I think we were a little lucky because the right wing position is kind of sorted for other clubs. But the minute it opens up for Liverpool or for Arsenal or for City, those guys get snapped up quick. Look at Olise, for example.
Yeah.
So I think it is good that United were kind of like quick to get on this one. Now, is that my favorite signing of? I think out of the three, I love watching Cunha, man. I can't lie. Just in terms of personal preference.
Yeah. I think he's more talented than Mbeumo.
He's exciting too,
yeah.
man. I really hope he's not injured. I hope he comes back. Because, bro, some of the touches and some of the runs that this guy goes on, like that game against Arsenal.
Yeah,
wow.
no,
like,
he's exciting.
And I think he's a player that Old Trafford will just love, bro. That he has, like you said, as well, he has a personality for me to wear this kind of shirt. So I like the Mbeumo signing. What's been my favorite signings of the window so far? I'll tell you what, Alvaro Carreras, Real Madrid left back.
Our boy.
We call him our boy. You know, he's actually from Madrid's.
I know, but still,
he just took a pit stop here, man.
Yeah,
just took a pit stop.
like PK, then, yeah.
Yeah, I feel like that's gonna be a signing first and foremost that I'll never forgive Ten Hag for, because this guy's gonna be a player. But bro, I've watched this guy now for Real Madrid a few times. He fits in like a glove, bro. Inverting, stretching the width, putting balls into the box, passing, dribbling, defensively strong. I mean, I look at it and I'm like, wow, this guy doesn't really miss too much as a left back. And he's unassuming, right? You look at him with the hair. He looks like he belongs in the 2000s, to be fair. But he just gets the job done, man. And I think with him and Trent as well, too, I think Real Madrid got those two positions covered for like the next 5 years. Like that's how you future-proof your team right there. And at the same time, too, present-proof. So I think that's going to be one of those signings that we look at in a few seasons. And it's like, yeah, Real Madrid have just like, they don't have to worry about left back for a while now. So I think that's a good one.
I mean, listen, maybe I'm biased here, but I've got to go Jack Grealish at Everton as well.
Wow.
You know, I love that signing. I just love it for him. I love it for the profile for what Everton are trying to do. New stadium, you want to excite a little bit more as well. And you see that with the signings of Dibbling as well. You know, I mean, I like what Everton have done in general, if we're just talking about signings. But with the Grealish one, obviously he started the season really well. And you know what? He needed it. You know what I mean? He needed it because it started getting depressing at Man City. He's getting criticised every week, 100 million flop, blah, blah, blah. He needs a team to go to where they like that type of player, where they get behind you if you put in a bit of effort, if you excite them. And that's what Everton are like. They like that mold of player. You know what I mean? They've had a few over the years in the Premier League, and I think it's just a perfect move for him. And I also think David Moyes is a perfect manager for him. Moyes likes them type of players as well. We've seen it in his previous iterations of Everton. And he's someone that will put his arm around you and let you go and do what you need to do. And I think if they can get Jack Grealish playing freely, you know, and that doesn't mean, oh, now he has to just run all over the pitch or whatever, but just playing with expression, they're going to get a very, very good player for me. Like, listen, it's funny how narratives change. Of course, he went to City and wasn't at his best level, you would probably say, but he was everybody's favorite player before he went. And listen, it's been what, 3 years?
4 years.
4 years, 4 years. Listen, there's still, I think, even with the way he plays the game, he doesn't rely on explosiveness. He doesn't need to be this youthful figure. I think he's got enough calm in his game. He's one of the most
deceptive players in the league.
Yeah,
I think deception is the word that you... Because, like, even with his quickness, right?
Yeah,
he's not a fast player. I wouldn't say like a straight line sprint. But he has this deceptive little burst that he can kind of activate right when you're about to, like, bite in.
Yeah.
And he just kind of gets a yard of space. I think he's shown that a few times. At Villa all the time.
I always like when big players, well, guys that have played at high level, go to a bit of a lower team and you see that team gravitate towards that player. Like, oh, and by the way, I'm not saying he's the best at. Some people saying die and all that type of stuff. I think he's a great player.
You want to talk about evolution?
Yeah, bro.
Is that Dibbling and Jai Grealish, bro? Do they have all three of them together in the same three?
I really like him. So for me, you can call him their best player at the moment for sure. But I like when I see somebody come in with that experience and the team kind of understand that, oh, this guy's playing at a high level. Let's kind of give him the ball. Let's kind of let him work and we're going to work off it. So I'm excited to see him there. There's been examples. That's why, like, you look at people like Raheem Sterling. I'm just thinking, forget the Arsenals, forget the Chelseas. Like, find yourself a team that you're the experienced head of that team now and they look at you, you know. I'm not saying it was the same way, but we saw it in glimpses a little bit. And we saw like Morgan Rogers and that talk about when Rashford went to Villa. There was this kind of sense of, oh, you've been there. You know what I mean?
I think Ross Barkley at Luton's the one I always remember, bro. He came to Luton and it was like, oh, yeah, you are just like...
Yeah, man.
It's very obvious you are the former England international.
Yeah.
You're the guy who cost like 40 million at one point. Yeah.
We've seen it loads of times, even at a less talented way of Gareth Barry's at West Brom's and Darren Fletcher at Stoke. And I like seeing that kind of mold of signing, and I want to see it with Jack Grealish at Everton.
Can I tell you a signing I don't like at all? I'm trying so hard to reason with it. Like, I'm trying so hard to see the logic behind it. But Gianluigi Donnarumma to Manchester City, I think that's my least favorite signing of the entire window, bro. No, look, I've already made waves this summer by saying someone is an anti this player or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
But this one, I really mean it. You know what I mean? Like, last time I misspoke. This one, I really mean it. Donnarumma is an anti-Pep player, bro. Like, he is the anti-Pep.
Yeah.
I cannot believe that Man City have replaced Ederson with Donnarumma. I don't think you could find two goalkeepers more different in the way they go about their business than Ederson and Donnarumma. They are so polar opposites in terms of one of them is maybe the best ball to feet goalkeeper I've ever seen in my life. I think you could make that argument for Ederson. He's that talented. But then shot stopping is right? He's had his moments, but I think over the last 2 years especially, he's been consistent. Whereas Donnarumma is a pure old-fashioned shot stopper, but one of the most uncomfortable players you will see with the ball at his feet. And then also, I think people are focusing a lot on that too. Guys, this guy doesn't claim crosses. Like for a guy who's like 6'6", 6'7", he isn't the commanding claimer from set pieces that you would think he is. So for City to go from that style of goalkeeper that has been their MO for the last 6 or 7 years to now Donnarumma, I'm like,
it's random, innit?
I don't understand what the thought process behind it is, bro.
I would have never associated Donnarumma with Man City. That feels like a Manchester United and Chelsea signing.
Yeah, bro,
you know what I mean? That feels like something that we would just do, and then in 2-3 years we'll be like, oh, why did we overpay for some goalkeeper, give him so much wages?
I read this morning.
That feels like such a Man United Chelsea move.
This morning his wages are 13 million a year.
What is that in breakdown?
I don't know, but it would have put him more than Bruno Fernandes in terms of weekly salary, which is why Man United didn't want to go near him.
Thank you,
but
Man
it's
United.
also why Chelsea, who, again, I agree with you.
Yeah.
We look at Chelsea. When are they going to start signing established players? They need a new goalkeeper, but I think they've been very clear for since clearly came in.
City are giving him 13 million a year.
From what I read this morning,
is so unlike Man City, bro.
Doesn't feel well. To be fair though, they do hand out big wages, bro.
Two absolute dons.
Yeah,
no pun intended. Yeah, but it's you know what I mean, absolute kings of the game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, like KDB and Haaland and that. Like they're not just be giving it to anybody, bro.
Bro, it's crazy. I just want to confirm it
right
now, just to make sure. Yeah, bro, I saw 13 million. The Athletic reported that's what he wanted. And, well, okay, so 442 are saying it's reported to be 10 million. Okay, City are highly unlikely to be paying the Italian less than his current salary. So it might be around 10 million, to be fair. But he was looking for 13 million leaving.
So he'll be getting at least 250.
Yeah, yeah. But he was looking for 13. I think he was on 10 at PSG.
That's too much.
But this is Donnarumma, bro. This is why when he left Milan, they used to call him Dollarumma.
Yeah,
he left Milan on a free.
I can't believe that leaving Milan thing.
But bro, he was the boyhood guy, right?
Crazy.
Like 16-year-old goalkeeper, and he ended up leaving on a free because they couldn't agree on wages that he wanted. And now it's the same way it's ended at PSG. But it's not the wages are one thing, but it's just like for City to be going for this, I don't like. He could be getting paid 100,000 for all I care. It just doesn't seem City to me, bro. It doesn't whatsoever. City are that club that for as long as we've known them under Pep, maybe it's this cheeky way, I don't know, but everything they do seems to kind of like fit into a model.
Yeah.
And it all suits the greater idea of how they want to play from
Yeah.
their academy all the way to the top. And this is just like very unpep, very uncity. I even look, people are saying, oh, maybe they want to go more direct this year. But City aren't built to go direct. Their football, like Haaland is not the best in-air striker, even despite his size. And even in terms of knockdowns and second balls, their team's a bunch of midgets, bro.
Yeah.
I love the City players. Their attack is incredible, but they're not built to be winning second duels off of. That's not how they play.
Yeah.
It's so bizarre.
So it's weird. It's interesting to see how it goes. I mean, if we're talking about least favorite signings, then I might as well just stay there because, I mean, what's the situation with Donnarumma coming in? Look at James Trafford. I mean, for James Trafford is somebody that people were talking about, like, can potentially knock on the door for England. Me, I disagree. I think Pickford is still the best keeper. However, yeah, but at the same time, I mean, imagine being James Trafford right now. Imagine going to Man City, you're going back to the club and you're thinking that place is yours, and then flipping Champions League winner walks into the door, through the door.
Money too.
For big money. Like, that is devastating, bro. Genuinely, that is devastating. And a similar one, even though at the time it happened, I was like, okay, good signing. He's injured now. It is Liam Delap. You know what I mean? Because now,
speak on it, bro. That signing looks worse and worse.
And it's just,
right? Not worse. I don't want to say worse. Worse than harsh,
it's not worse. It's just unfortunate.
Unfortunate for him. Yeah,
it's the same thing as James Trafford. I think me personally, like, I think Delap would do well at Chelsea. Yeah, but the only reason now he's even starting is because Cole Palmer's injured and João Pedro's playing in the 10. Yeah. But João Pedro's got that role. So you're looking at Delap, another one who, from the start of last season, I was saying, yo, this guy. Trust me, this guy could make a World Cup place. Delap 2026, he can make a run. Obviously, an injury doesn't help, but when you then look at it and you think, okay, he got Chelsea move, it's in motion, and then João Pedro walks through the door and is the better player, you're like, ooh, you know what I mean? So for them two, I just feel for them. Imagine that. You sign for these big clubs, and then weeks later, two better players walking in your position.
It's funny, actually. The theme of the window, this window camp, if you really look at a lot of clubs, was like squad depth. A lot of clubs now are in the market for signing two players in every single position, which for them makes sense, right? They're fighting multiple competitions. I think the intensity of the game as well, too, is starting to make clubs think, ooh, we need bigger squads. Like, players can drop like flies. So for them, it kind of makes sense. But for the players, it really doesn't. Like, I see all these fans saying, oh, we need two left wingers because we're playing in this many competitions. But how often do you see teams just like completely change their side 1 week in the Champions League and 1 week in the Premier League? The main players are going to end up playing, right? Like if João Pedro is bagging every week,
of course,
he's not falling to the bench one game so that Delap can have some minutes. Delap's going to have to try and find minutes along with him in the cup. So
it'll take them moments like they're winning and he comes on, scores a brace or something like that. While it suits
the clubs for sure, I totally understand why they do it. For the players' development, I don't really see the long-term benefit or even the short-term benefit of it whatsoever.
Well, especially a striker and a goalkeeper. Those are the two non-negotiables. I
agree.
If you're number one there, stay number one.
I agree.
You know, winger, okay, coming in out of the game.
I agree. That's a good point.
You know what I mean? But striker and winger, Delap and James Trafford, okay, good luck.
Goalkeeper,
good luck on them two. If you're a winger, like Garnacho coming in at the same as Gittins, bro, he'll play this week, you'll play that week, whatever.
What do you think of those signings, by the way? You like them? Don't like them? Indifferent? What are you gonna talk about Garnacho, right? That was our boy.
Yeah.
He's gone to Chelsea.
In fairness to Garnacho, and maybe Chelsea fans won't like to hear it, I think he's going to be starting very quickly. A lot of Chelsea fans think he's coming for the bench. No. Is Jamie Gittins better than him? I wouldn't say he's necessarily straight better than him to the point where Garnacho has to sit on the bench and it's Gittins' team. Come on.
No, I wouldn't say that.
I think with the way, what do we always say? Listen, he might not be the biggest talent, but he has this. He's got a mentality on the pitch, at least anyway. Off the pitch is debatable, right? But on the pitch, he has, like, if Garnacho didn't have this kind of crazy kind of self-belief, he would probably be in McDonald's or something. Do you know what I mean? But he has this self-belief, bro. I'm telling you, I'm joking. I'm joking.
If you didn't believe in him, something McDonald's.
But if he's got this self-belief that takes him beyond his talent.
Yes, I agree. Yeah, that's a good way of saying it.
And I think he'll do that at Chelsea. I think Gittins is, I'm looking at him already. I'm looking at him thinking he's probably trying to bide his way in. And Garnacho's going to come in there and instantly, boom. And I think he needs to get fit, of course. But I think within 3 weeks of him being fit, he'll be Chelsea starting left winger.
Okay, he's going to start. How do you think he's going to do? I will say this while you think about it.
I don't think he's going to do bad.
I,
really
I,
okay.
I think I don't really love Garnacho even as a player, but I think it's a good deal for Chelsea, bro. For 40 million, I think it's a risk.
Yeah.
I would take every day of the week if I was an opposition
Yeah.
fan, bro. 40 million for what is he? 20 years old.
21.
A 21-year-old with his track record of scoring, Argentine international. I don't think he's like the best talent in the world, but he's not a bad player. Like he's shown he can hang in this league.
Yeah, for sure.
For 40 million these days, bro, that gets you anybody. Like
Yeah.
with all due respect to my guy Utara, he went for 42.
Yeah.
Garnacho for 40 million. If I'm an opposition fan, I would have taken him.
Yeah.
So I don't know how he's gonna do. I don't think he's gonna light the world up on fire. I think he's gonna just do fine.
Yeah.
But for 40 million, I think that's okay.
Yeah, I mean, look, Chelsea fans are not happy with their window at all.
Because I think it petered out, bro. I think there was an expectation of how it started, and maybe based on a lot of rumors, Xavi Simons in particular, the way it's kind of ended, I think has left a sour taste in the mouth of a lot of Chelsea fans.
What I'm seeing is that they haven't signed a proven player, not one.
But when did they ever?
I mean, in under Clear Lake, to be fair,
They haven't
don't
signed.
anymore,
They've never
right?
signed under Clear Lake. They haven't. Well, bar that first Tuchel window, they haven't signed any proven players. Even
Yeah.
Cole Palmer was a player that exploded there. Caicedo was proven to an extent, but also that was one for the let's see how he does, right?
Yeah.
Was Enzo the most proven player off one World Cup? Like
it's
that's not the Chelsea model.
Yeah, and they're gonna have to probably get used to that one. But all right, what's the one outside of Europe though? I mean, outside of the Premier League.
Oh, I said Alvaro already.
Oh,
but,
you already said. Oh, yeah. Let me think of one outside of the Premier League.
Rashford.
I mean, that's nice for him. You know, I mean, I wouldn't say it's my favorite, but it's definitely. I want to see how that works out for him.
Hold on, you don't even have to go too far, bro. John Garcia.
Yes.
Brother.
Yeah. Yes. That's a really. Good
Are we
signing.
looking at the Spain #1 for the next 10 years?
I mean, it should be, right?
He's
When you think about it,
unbelievable.
you
He's
think about,
unbelievable.
wait, bro, this guy's reflexes and 1v1 is unreal. And the thing is, he's good on his feet as well. I've been looking at the 3 games that I've seen live of Barcelona this season. I haven't seen a flaw yet.
You know what I love about him, bro?
He can catch corners. I haven't seen a flaw.
Bro, he doesn't spill anything either,
Yeah.
bro. His wrist, like he saves shots. You know what I mean? Like it's not like he parries it. When he saves it, it's saved. That's it.
He's a good goal.
And
He's
I think
a great
Barca
signing.
need a goalkeeper like that for
Yeah.
the way they play. Because the amount of chances and the amount of counterattacks, he's quick, he's
The
proactive off
1v1s
his
they
line.
let is a lot.
But I think also as a goalkeeper to play for Barcelona in this system, you have to be proactive. You have to
Yeah.
be very intelligent with your sweeping. I think it's a match made in heaven. But I look at the Spain super team that they're building at international level. Maybe the one weakness you could have looked at was Unai Simon, David Raya the backup. If this is the Spain #1 to be alongside Kubarsi and Yamal and Pedri for the next, that's the spine of the team right there, bro. Man.
Yeah, nah, that's a good shot. That's a brilliant signing.
I think he's unreal.
Anyone else outside of Europe? I mean, in Europe.
I mean, Lookman didn't make the move, did he? That's a shame.
The Nigerians have been taking L's this summer, bro.
That's a damn shame, man.
Lookman and Boniface took L's, bro. Do you see where Boniface went?
Werder Bremen, after almost signing for Milan.
Bro, I don't know what that situation is with
He
him
failed the
and
medical,
Bayer
no?
Leverkusen. Yeah, well, he didn't fail the medical. They just saw things they didn't like in the medicals. Well, I guess that's failing a medical. I guess, but yeah, his knee looks mash up. But it's a shame, man. Like that way that situation played out is
It's a shame for sure. But Ademola Lookman is the real shame for me, man. He
put a statement
He
out.
was fighting to go to Inter and they couldn't get it done. And then Spurs were after him. Bayern wanted to sign him late with like a loan of no obligation. Atalanta weren't feeling it. I was surprised Arsenal didn't really go for him. Obviously, they ended up going for Eze later in the window, but I think it's a damn shame, man. Lookman's at the top of his game right now, and I think he was ready to make that next step. I know you were saying last year, stay at Atalanta, be like a cult hero, but I think he's capable of more, to be honest with you, bro. That season he put together, the last 2 years he's had, African Player of the Year as well, too. I think it was disappointing.
I want to go a bit to a lower level, and this might even be my favorite signing. It's Granit Xhaka to Sunderland. I love the signing, bro. Yeah. I mean, I went on Sky and I put it as my signing of the season.
For me, there was a little worry when we signed him. Maybe the rest of them as well too. That it was like, could this be one of them?
Teams,
like
QPR
he's just here for his
vibe,
yeah. Like we've seen QPR sign so many big players. Park Ji-sung, even Rio was towards the end of his career. It just. I was almost a little afraid of that, but it's almost been more Cambiaso to Leicester than it has been Park to...
That's the example I used,
you feel
bro.
that, right? It's like a young, inexperienced team that is exciting, but they have that elder statesman
That
that
is
he's
the
been
example.
there, done that.
Yes,
Yeah.
and the reason why I said it on Sky, I said if any player, well, this was before, I think this was just before Grealish made the move though, yeah. But I
Sure.
said any player that's gonna walk in and be a cult hero in one game, it's
Xhaka.
gonna be Granit Xhaka at Sunderland, and you're already seeing it, man. First game, brilliant performance to win. Okay, they took a blip with the loss. They had, was it to Burnley?
Yeah.
Burnley
Away
or
from
something
home.
like. Yeah, they took a blip. We see that last minute assist. I mean,
Class.
just clutch,
Class.
man. That's the stuff that's gonna make that football club absolutely love you. And you know what, can be also in that relegation survival with Leicester was similar. I just think Granit Xhaka there, like for him to leave Bayer Leverkusen, who obviously in Europe and stuff, and go to a Sunderland, just shows for me. Look, some people, I don't know what his wages. I've never even heard of what his wages are, but for me, that shows the flipping love for the game, bro.
Yeah.
That
Yeah,
shows,
100%.
you know what I mean? And
Yeah,
one of the
yeah.
things he said is he just wanted to see, he wanted a challenge, and I love that, man. Do you know
Xhaka's
what I mean?
real man.
Yeah, bro, Jack has been real, man. Do you know what I mean? So I love that, and I absolutely love that they just said, brother, here's the
His armband
captaincy, bro.
cra-
Let's
Yeah,
not
that's
waste time.
amazing.
Don't waste time. Here's the captaincy.
That's
Lead us
amazing.
in the Premier League.
Yeah,
I love
yeah.
it, man. I love that
They've
signing.
signed so many players.
Yeah,
though, bro.
yeah.
They just signed Brian Broby, of course, on deadline
Yeah,
day to replace.
I'm so
Mark-
hoping they stay up.
I
So
think they
hoping
will
stay up.
because, bro, I know it's only 3 games, but Stadium of Light,
Yeah.
that's starting to turn into a fortress,
It's a lovely
bro.
stadium, bro.
Oh, it's one of the
One of
best
them stadiums
yeah.
I want to go to.
Yeah,
Man.
no, it's a Premier League stadium as
Yeah,
well, too. That does not
facts.
deserve to be hanging out in League 1, League 1.
I think Stadium of Light is one of the stadiums that, like, we know when like England won a World Cup or something that they pitch. It's one of them stadiums that are like pitched for, like, if a tournament
if they want a World
if
Cup.
if a
Yeah,
tournament
yeah.
was to happen in this country,
Yeah, yeah,
it's
yeah.
one. I mean, you get that team in the Prem, bro.
But you know what it is? If it's going to be in the north, would you rather have it in Newcastle or would you rather...
I think they try it off. I think both are in the.
Yeah.
I think they put both like in
Stadium of
the.
Light, though, bro, when Rashford scored his debut goal for England, I think it was at the Stadium
Was
of
it Stadium
Light
of
against Australia. I think it was at the Stadium of Light, bro.
See, there we go.
I think so. Maybe, yeah, I think it might have been, bro.
There we go. There we
Yeah.
go. I like that signing. Is then I'm thinking if there's any others that I don't
Can I tell you what I
like.
love?
Love, yeah.
Yeah, I love. I love Kolomwani to Spurs, bro.
Really?
I think Kolomwani's gonna bang at Spurs.
You
bro.
think so? So
That's-
I said
yeah.
it will be. It's a good. I think it's a good signing.
Yeah.
I love.
Yeah,
I don't know. You love it, yeah.
I love it.
Is
I love
it?
I
Yeah.
love it. I think he's versatile. I think he's a Thomas Frank kind
Yeah.
of attacker. Can play
Okay.
across the front three. Links up play really well.
Yep.
Bro, I think his stint at Juve was so underrated last year, bro. And they were fighting
Scored a few goals, innit?
Bro, a few goals, but also, bro, he's unselfish. He had
Yeah.
this relationship of Yildiz, bro, on the left-hand side where one drops, one goes. Kolomwani's a good footballer,
Mm-hmm. a good player.
bro. He just isn't a great finisher.
He needs a home. That's what he needs. He needs a home.
And it's the thing that I love about it. It's not good for him, but it's good for Spurs. It's a dry loan,
dry
no
loan, yeah.
obligation, no option. He does need a home, but I think for Spurs, it's so low risk, high reward. And I look at the way he could fit in. He's almost like, for me, Richarlison-esque, but he's a little cleaner than Richarlison. So I look at that signing, man. I'm thinking, ooh, Spurs. I wanted them at. I remember I wanted them at United in January. People were laughing at me. I think this guy can definitely contribute for most attacks. Especially, Spurs are going to be playing multiple competitions this year. That's a signing I think at the end of the year we're looking at and saying, they did good business with that one.
Okay, so what signing for you do you have the most intrigue for?
Intrigue.
The most intrigue.
The most intrigue. I think it's probably 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's probably 2.
I think I've got my one.
Well, one of them is Benjamin Chesko, bro.
Oh, okay.
I have intrigue over that one.
Okay, yeah.
Right? That's like...
It turns to the other one is Joker. That's not my one. That's not my one.
I mean, I'm intrigued to see how both of them do, but
Yeah,
Chesko
yeah.
in particular, right? I believe I think this guy has a lot of talent. I think his profile is really interesting. I mean, 6'5" center forward that can head the ball, that can strike the life out of it as well too. But he is a little awkward as well, and I think at the moment he's trying to fit into this United team, trying to find a role, trying to find minutes. I think it's going to be interesting because I could really see this kind of going 2 ways for him this season. So we'll see how he does. And then Gyökeres, I think he's been brought in to really add a new dimension to Arsenal, and I think he has. I mean, he's something he didn't have before. But I'm quickly learning with him as well too. Like every game I watch him, I'm like I'm learning more about Gyökeres. And I told you, I'm like, oh yeah, this guy is a bully. He just sniffs out mismatches, bro. He's like, yeah, that guy's not quick. Let me try and target him.
Yeah.
This guy's a little weak on his left side. Let me
Yeah.
target him. So it's gonna be interesting to see him. But who's the one you're
I
thinking
have a
of?
few, because listen, I know obviously he's injured now, so we can't ignore. We can't like we love the players, Ryan Shirky, of course.
Oh, yeah, of course,
That's definitely someone. But we've spoken about him so much that I don't need to go too into it.
Sure.
But that's definitely one. But the injury, now that's already making me think, oh, see you next season, mate.
Oh, I
You know
like
what I'm
that though.
trying to say?
Get let City get their shit together over the next 2 months, and then
he
hopefully you
comes
can come in a more stable team, bro.
Good point. That's one. Another one, obviously, everyone's trying to pit them against each other is Florian Wirtz, of course. And the reason why I'm saying Florian Wirtz, right, is because of Isak coming in now. Is Thomas, is Arne Slot, like, when you're thinking of it's 11, that could be Salah, Isak, Ekitike, and Wirtz. I mean, good luck to the defense. Attackingly is crazy, but center midfielders behind them. I mean, GG's. Do you know what I mean?
You see why I said though to you even before a ball was kicked, Szoboszlai is crucial for them.
Of course. And the thing is, so I'm interested to see how that happens, especially because it's been an underwhelming start so far for Wirtz, right? So I want to see not only because of Isak coming in, but also on how much does his influence in this team grow? You look at him at Bayer Leverkusen, he was the guy, right? Maybe at Germany he's not the guy, but at Bayer Leverkusen he was. And then now you look at him at Liverpool and it's like, you're just a piece in this cog. Yeah. You know what I mean? And I want to see how he kind of adapts to that kind of role. Because at the end of the day, he's 116 million. And he's actually probably the most fortunate record breaking at the time signing we've ever seen, because there's not that much pressure on him. Isak just comes in and breaks it. The next thing,
all eyes on his.
They have Mo Salah in the team. Ekitike came for what? How much?
60, 70 million pounds.
Something crazy, and he started fast. So you're just looking at it like, oh, everything's going on. Oh, Florian, but so he's actually lucky to be in that position. So I want to see him, how he grows through the season. I think people are going over the top. Everybody just wants to get slander names off and all this rubbish. But let's see how he does as the season goes. But those are two obvious names. The one I'm looking at is Newcastle's Voltemada.
Niklas Voltemada is the
Vitas.
craziest name of all time.
Niklas Voltemada.
Just off the name test alone, I need this guy to bang, bro. Voltemada.
Yeah.
Sounds like Voldemort, bro.
Voltemada is definitely the one that I'm looking at because, bro, 6'6". I saw him standing next to Dan Burn, bro.
Yeah.
6'6". But his game isn't, I'm a bully. It's, I'm a fleet-footed. What? I can link.
Is the theme of this video evolutions? Is it him, Xerxes,
Yo,
bro, that's the meta though now with center forwards. I mean, every team now is looking to bring that big 6'4" plus center forward.
Bro, I did a video on that. You can't be a striker in this era unless you're 6'1" plus.
No, but also like you have to be 6'1", 6'2". But now it's like, what can you do with the ball? At your feet?
Yeah.
Like we're in like the Giannis Wemby era now in football, bro.
For
like,
real.
Sesko, Voltemada, Ekitike.
You better be able to take threes. Yeah. You better be able to do other things. You can't just be a center ananymore. Do you know what I mean?
Mr. Haaland.
Yeah, true. But you know what is like? I'm looking at him. Is that his style is so different? You know,
Isaac as well too.
6'6" with fleet foot, not necessarily a bully. You know what I mean? I've seen some of his goals across Germany under 20. Well, I saw him for under 21 in the tournament.
He's like 23 though, by the way. Huh?
Yeah, that was Buki. Yeah. He did a Milner in it and a Harvey Elliott. You know what I'm saying? But he scores poachers goals as well. You know, so I'm looking forward to seeing how he does, man. Is he gonna come in the league and I'm gonna get bullied, or is he gonna come in the league and just be like the complete mismatch for defenders? Like. This guy's big, but he can bring the ball down and he can.
Weird career, right?
Looking forward to it.
Last season, I think he joined.
Could have went to Bayern, mate.
Yeah, he was linked to Bayern heavy, and I think Bayern just. They've had
what's the point? You got Harry Kane.
But also, they were kind of taking the piss with they were like cheap balling with Stuttgart, and they kept telling him wait, and then eventually he's like, what the hell? But he has a weird career, right? I think I read he joined Stuttgart for free last season. Only started 17 games in the Bundesliga and scored like 13 or 14 goals. So his goals per minute ratio is crazy, but there isn't a huge body of work really to kind of base it on. So Newcastle have really looked at the data and they've looked at the profile, and I think it's a bit of a gamble.
That's why I'm intrigued about it.
And it's also like kind of desperation, right? Because they've been rejected by so many players that this was what was left. But I agree with you, man. Like
one thing I want to see with him is if he's got aerial threat. I haven't been able to see that. If he's got aerial ability, bro, then you're looking at someone like Peter Crouch, bro. You know what's so underrated about Crouch?
His technical ability.
Oh my goodness, Crouch was techie, bro. Crouch's first touch was perfect. If he can do something, if he's got some aerial,
Voltemada, he's very smooth with the ball at his feet.
If he's got aerial threat, you're talking about a 6'6" guy with feet and aerial threat. Yeah, the Premier League should be his,
Zlatan,
man.
bro. What the-
Yeah, bro, you know what I'm trying to say? So that's what I'm very intrigued about.
But also, like, my one worry as well too is like, is it one of them ones that he comes to the Prem and it's too physical?
Exactly,
and like,
exactly.
He's like Skamaka. Like
it could quickly be that. So
Yeah.
he has to.
I think
he has
that
to
the
find balance.
potential to bang or flop is huge.
Yeah.
With Voltamata, it's huge.
Yeah.
I hope he does well. That name alone, bro.
I feel like that's the case for Sesko,
Yeah.
Gyökeres,
But
Voltamata,
that's what
like
happens.
all the
That's
same.
what happens when you buy players that are like a little bit unknown. Like you're kind of buying based on their profile and their potential. You're leaving the door
Gyökeres is
open.
27 years old, but yeah.
Yeah, Gyökeres, I guess.
Yeah.
Gyökeres will leave out of here. But you know what I mean? Like Sesko, even Ekitike to an extent, right? He started really well, but there is always the risk with these guys. There isn't much to base it off of. They haven't had 3 years of scoring goals, but that's what clubs have decided to go for. They didn't want to go for a Guirassy. They didn't want to go for an Osimhen. They want to go for guys who they feel like in 3 years could even exceed that level.
Yeah.
The only problem is the downside is just like, damn.
Eze is obviously a good. So there's been lots of good signings.
Well, any other signings you don't like? What do you think of Luis Diaz to Bayern?
He looks like he's doing all right there, though.
I think he's going to do well there, but I still maintain I think the price is kind of
What was it, 70?
It's like 60, 70.
I mean, you look at Nico Jackson. It's a £70 million package.
It's nuts.
That's one where I'm like,
Yeah.
Jackson's good. I like
Bayern's
Jackson.
window has been terrible.
I'm not gonna lie. Their law. I think Bayern are. I think they're losing their law.
Their pull as like you remember at one point it was what Barca, Real, Man United. Bayern could usually buy who they wanted, especially in the thing is right in Germany. That's where the pull now has almost it's starting to come back down to earth. In Europe, right? Like if Man United and Bayern go in for you, Man United will probably get the player. But in Germany, Bayern have a magnetic force around any player that comes out of that league. And yet we've seen Florian Wirtz leave the league. We've seen Voltamata leave the league. I think there was another one as well too that they were after. They've been after Lookman. They couldn't get. They wanted what's his name? Barcola. They wanted Rodrigo. They wanted Nico Williams. They wanted so many players this window. And they've kind of been left with Diaz, who's like their fourth choice, and Nicholas Jackson, who was like their third choice.
Yeah. That's one for them to look into.
It's a bizarre one, bro.
Yeah.
Like Bayern now are no longer, and they're even talking next year. Like Kane is potentially looking to leave. And they've even linked him with replacing Lewa at Barca. They've linked him back to return to the Prem.
Kane to Barca?
Yeah, they've linked him to return to the Prem as well too. Like
you know what's gonna happen with Kane, man. Kane, not even Spurs. If Sesko doesn't have a good season, bro, you know how it goes.
Wait, he's only 34, man. You're not
bro, you know, Man
Radcliffe.
United, man. Jim, you know, Sir Jim loves that guy, bro. You know, if Sesko has a bad season, United are just gonna be like, oh, what? We can get Kane for what? 40 million. Yeah, let's just do it.
You know what other signing I'm not really too keen on?
Who?
Wissa.
I saw you said that, but is it because of the player or is it because of the fee?
I think it's both.
You don't like the player?
I think he's okay, honestly. Like
I like Wissa. I think
he's good. Okay, he's not a scrub. He's a good striker, but I've seen a lot of good strikers in the Prem. I don't feel like they need to be signed for 50, 60 million pounds, bro. Like, and I told you this yesterday, right? If you want, like, a lot of clubs wouldn't have signed Wissa this summer because of his age. Fair enough. But if you are going to commit money for a striker of that age, why not just go for Guirassy, bro?
Yeah.
Like, Guirassy, amongst all the pandemonium of strikers leaving this window, there's been so many. It's been the window of strikers. Why did no one even sniff in his direction? Yeah. He's better than most of the names that are leaving. And I think it's because he's 29. But if you're going to go down that route anyways, bro, go spend 10, 15 more on Guirassy than you would on Wissa. Wissa had a good season in the Prem last year. But we were looking at this last night. Every season, someone in the Prem that you don't expect scores a lot of goals. There's a team, Newcastle were willing to spend 65 on Strand Larson. That's when I clocked the window is cooked. Yeah. Strand Larson would have been my least favorite signing of the whole window if they signed him.
I mean, I don't think 65 million for it.
But Wissa, I think can do well.
I think he's going to do well.
I think he can do well.
I genuinely think he's going to do well.
I just don't think he's going to really do that well. I think he's going to be good. That's it.
I think he's going to do well. I'm backing Wissa.
I'm
backing Wissa.
What do you think of this Crouch Defoe little?
Bro, hey, let's run it back, bro.
Wissa and Ultimate.
Yes,
WW.
bro. Let's run it back, man. You know, there was one that I was just thinking about. That I like. Oh damn! It just slipped my mind. It was a lower level. Yeah. Yes. No. Obviously, the Juff at West Ham.
Yeah.
Juff. You know what, bro? I can't lie, bro. You see, one thing about him, he's got whips, right?
Yeah.
We don't get enough whippers in the game anymore. That are just real cross specialists. He's giving me them vibes, yeah. But I'm not gonna lie, love is exaggeration, but I really like Patrick Dorgu, right? But hey, if there's an opportunity just to on for this youth, he looks like he's got end product.
You know how you said
Dorgu
last
needs to work on
episode,
that. Yo,
you know how you said
we're
last
wing back.
time, you don't think he'll be there longer than a year.
Yes,
A
I
lot of
remember.
West
Yeah,
Ham fans agree.
really.
I saw West Ham fans saying the exact same thing.
Yes,
We're
bro.
not keeping, and I actually think in the first 3 games, I've watched West Ham's 3 games.
But I said it as we said it.
Yeah.
We went on BR and said this
but
already.
no,
yeah.
that's why I was
Yeah,
referring to
yeah.
that. But I watched West Ham's 3 games. They were terrible in the first 2,
Yeah.
right? He was their best player in all 3.
Bro,
He actually played well in all 3 games. Bro.
He's a good player, bro.
Yeah,
and
I think it's quality.
that assist for Callum Wilson,
Yeah.
lovely boy.
Wilson's run, by the way.
But by the way, though, I don't know. Did you see when Wilson got in the way of Jared Bowen's?
No, I didn't.
Jared Bowen almost scored a Messi goal, bro.
Is it?
Yeah, I've never seen Bowen move like that in my life. He got the ball from the left-hand side, ran, stopped, went through the centre halves. Wilson tried to shoot because his last touch was a bit heavy, but he was about to shoot with his right foot. Wilson tried to shoot and they kicked the ball off each other. Oh my days.
I was gonna say Bowen is maybe the signing that didn't happen. That I'm looking at it now. I'm like,
Newcastle should have signed Bowen
yeah. I feel like a lot of clubs should have signed
instead
Bowen.
of Elanga, bro.
I feel like we always talk about like who's the best player outside of the big 6, and every year it changes. But bro, Bowen is pretty consistently in the top 5.
Inconsistency wise,
at
definitely.
this point now, right? Like West Ham, I mean that's a disaster. Is it too late for him to get a move? Like, is he now in that age where big clubs won't touch him? Maybe a move abroad? Like, you never. I just feel like Bowen.
What's his contract situation?
I have no idea, but I just feel like Bowen's too good for them, bro. Honestly, like, and I think he's put in enough work for that club. He's done enough service for that club that I think he does deserve a chance at a bigger opportunity.
Yeah.
You look at him, bro. Like he's a walking 13 to 15 goals every single season.
Yeah. I don't know what it is with Bowen. I don't know.
He's your entire West Ham guy. Like,
maybe they're trying to make him that. You know, he's married to Danny Dyer's
Salah
son.
evolution.
Yeah.
But yeah. Bowen is
Literally
in that line. Bro.
Yeah, he's this. He ain't got the playmaking bag of. I'm not saying Mbeumo is some mad playmaker. I don't think Bowen has that as much as those two.
Yeah.
Salah's obviously the best at
His
it.
dribbling is good.
But Bowen, I don't know. Bowen is just underrated, isn't it? Like as I said, you know, people are looking for signings. Yeah, Spurs were looking for winger. That could have been one. Newcastle went and got Elanga. That could have been one. I mean, Chelsea went and got Garnacho, and who's the other winger that they signed? Gittins. Okay, they're on the left-hand side, to be fair, right? But
Esteval as well, too.
Yeah, Esteval, yeah. You know, I mean, the way Spurs were like desperate for Savinho, ready to put up 70.
Wait, this is what I'm telling you, Cam. In the modern game, teams would rather spend that money on a youngster. Bro. They really would. Like, Savinho has zero stock in the game compared to Bowen. But it's like, well, Savinho in 3-4 years could become that. But it's like, damn, does doing it in the here and now just not matter anymore. If you're over 28, it don't matter no more.
Yep.
That's the reality of the game.
That's the reality. I mean, you think about all the teams that signed wingers. Arsenal signed Noni.
Yeah.
Not saying that they maybe are going for a different profile.
But again, it's like potential sell-on value. I feel like for guys like Bowen, bro, at this point, the best situation is go abroad. Because I don't think those like the Inters and the Bayern, I don't think they're Bayern just bought Luis Diaz. He has no sell-on value. So I think maybe going abroad still provides an opportunity for these kinds of guys. Because I think if your hope is to sign for an Arsenal or United, if you're over 28 these days, man, it's long, bro. It's really long for you.
Agree.
Last ones before we kind of wrap this up? Signings you don't like, signings to look out for, signings you love. Joao Pedro, we didn't give him a shot. I'm sure people are like, how can you not mention Joao Pedro, Reinders? We know these guys. We've spoken about them numerous times.
Yeah, we're trying to give people a bit different ones.
Yeah.
Ooh. Premier League.
I'm trying to think in terms of. Let me quickly go through this. Fulham and Forest the last few days splashed the cash.
They got
Chukwueze and this Kevin guy from Shakhtar.
Yeah, I want to see what this guy's saying.
Brazilian from Shakhtar.
Yeah.
Let me look at the table right now. See if we forget. So. Burnley, Brentford brought in a few guys towards the end as well too. They got Reece Nelson.
Yeah.
Reece Nelson,
you know what's the nice one in a way? It's Harvey Elliott to Aston Villa. I'm looking forward to seeing him finally.
Get the
man, it's about time. I was saying it's about time now. Harvey Elliott plays football week in, week out regularly. You know what I mean? Everywhere he's gone, he's done okay at. He done well at Blackburn. Did well at. He's good at Fulham. Obviously coming through.
Definitely.
Liverpool. I think in this time that he was able to show, you saw that he's a good player.
Yeah. England
under 21. I mean, he's might be the GOAT. So. now it's time. It's time for him to go to a team, play week in, week out, and really show the Premier League what he can do. So that's the one that I liked. I like that one, Aston Villa and Harvey Elliott. Look at Asensio last season, what he came in and done. Can Elliott kind of play in them similar kind of roles and see what he can do in them positions?
And
So
Sancho go and do
so
something
yeah,
over there.
Sancho. But I don't know. With Sancho, I don't know what his aim in the game at the moment is, in it. But
Get his bag, bro.
yeah, I
think
guess
it's pretty
so.
simple. If it wasn't for that, you'd be at Chelsea still.
There we go. So for me, I can't say I love it when you could have been playing for Chelsea and now you're at Villa, and that's not a disrespect to Villa or anything like that. But yeah, with Sancho, you just don't know. But listen, if he can get back to his best, great. But I don't know.
A few other signs. I'm gonna ask you just rapid fire. Rasmus Højlund to Napoli. Like it or don't like it?
Like
You
it.
think
I like
he'll
it.
do well there?
I think he's gonna do well.
I got De Bruyne feeding him balls now.
I like it.
De Bruyne went from Højlund,
Chip on his
Haaland to
shoulder
Højlund,
as well.
by the way, huh?
He's gonna have a chip on his shoulder as well.
Yeah.
He's played in Italy already. He's playing for a better team,
Better manager.
better manager.
Better fan. I think
Yeah.
Napoli's fans as well too. They will.
Yeah.
They will. Look, they're harsh as well too if you don't deliver. But yo, if you succeed at Napoli or if you even do some kind of
Yeah.
work, they will love you.
Yeah, I like it.
Luka Modric to Milan.
So,
Bro, you know he's been balling out the first few
Really?
games though, huh?
wow.
still got
I
it.
mean,
Still got
anything
it,
Luka
man.
Modric, I gotta love. I gotta love it.
yeah.
I'm happy that he's still playing. I mean, he loves the game, man. He's thinking about retiring. Nah, I'm gonna go Milan. You know what I mean? And just see my career. Another one part of the Milan random. We're gonna be seeing in 5 years. Do you remember Luka Modric plays for Milan? So yeah, I like that.
You know what a move I really like as well too. I showed you some comps of him last year. He was playing for Lille, Zergova. He just
Yeah,
joined
that Edon
Edon
or something, yeah.
Zergova, Bosnian, I think. I think he's Bosnian.
Is it Albert?
Huh?
Bosnian?
He might be I think he might be Bosnian. But anyways, he signed for Juve.
Yeah.
Bro, he is skillful, bro. Like old-fashioned, technical. And if your name's Edon Zergova, hey, you better be a baller,
Yeah.
man. So I think that's an interesting bit of business as well too for Juve.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one.
And of course, we talk about Pogba and those guys as well. Too.
Oh,
We
yeah,
talked
we've
about all those
spoken about
guys
them
throughout
guys
the window,
already.
right? This is kind of just to give some shine to
Yeah.
some guys maybe that didn't get as much. That being said, we're gonna leave it for you guys as well too. Let us know in the comment section down below
Yes.
your favorite signing, your least favorite signing, and the signing you're most intrigued to keep an eye on this year. As always, check out me and Cam on other platforms. Shout out Bleacher Report for always powering this podcast. You can find them on X, Instagram, YouTube Shorts. See you guys very, very soon. Peace.